So we have here, we're going to do the basic quadratic factoring. And this is kind of the intro to it, right? We just came off of factoring out a monomial, a single term out of every term listed, right? So that's one idea. This idea says we will be seeing quadratic equations. Now remember, quadratic equations mean that the highest term we see is an x squared. Typically, it's followed by an x term and then typically followed by a number, right? Like that. That's a quadratic equation, or in this case, quadratic expression, right? So that's an expression there. So quadratic factoring. So what we're going to do, we're going to learn a strategy. There's many different strategies and techniques that you can do. I am going to teach you just kind of my basic strategy here. And that's really um, looking at the last term. So we're going to be looking at like the negative 12 and looking at the middle number term. Now make sure everything is in order. So biggest exponent first, then the regular term, and then we'll finally have the number term at the end. Now you're going to always see 3 terms or 2 terms when we do these. Now we're going to focus on the 3 terms right now. So that is going to be our go-to. So here is what you do. Always, I want you to think of this every time. I want 2 things that multiply to this number right at the end. And notice the sign that's with it as well. And those same 2 numbers need to add to this. Okay, so as I'm coming up with factors of negative 12, I would love for those factors to add to a positive 4. So let's try it. Negative 12 and 1, that's 2 factors. Now add those together. What does it get? Negative 11. Well, you know that's not the right factors. So you could try positive 12 and negative 1. What does that equal? That equals, if you add those together, it equals 11. Notice how if I multiply them together, I get negative 12. All right, let's try a different one. How about we try negative 6 and 2? If I multiply those together, I get negative 12, so that's good. But then if I add those together, I get negative 4. Ooh, that's close, but we want a positive 4. So how about we try 6 and negative 2? Add those together, there's our positive 4. We have tracked down the 2 factors that work. Multiplies to negative 12, adds to positive 4, right? So these are, in fact, our factors, right? So now what happens is we get to basically create 2 parentheses here, and you're just going to take whatever variable this is. Now notice these variables don't have any numbers in front of them right now. We will put numbers in front of them later. Right now, no numbers. So n squared. So we're really going to just split that up so that one of the n's gets to go there and the other n gets to go way over in this parenthesis there. Okay? And then what you're going to do, these 2 factors that worked, a positive 6, we're going to put in one of the 2 parentheses. Doesn't matter which one right now. And then the negative 2, you're going to put in the other parenthesis. And it doesn't matter which parenthesis you put them in right now, right? We'll see that order will matter down the road. Right now, order does not matter, and we're good. Okay, and there it is. We have now factored that quadratic equation, or actually expression in this case. Okay, let's check it real quick, right? So n times n is n squared. N times negative 2 is negative 2n. Let's go 6 times n is positive 6n. 6 times negative 2 is negative 12. Let's combine like terms. That's these middle 2. So I get n squared plus 4n minus 12. Guess what? That is what we started with. So we know this is a good factoring. All right? So you guys see how that worked? All right, let's do it again. Let's try again on this one. All right, same idea here. Here we go. Let me keep the colors the same. How's that sound? Let's do positive 12. We need to multiply to positive 12, but then those same 2 factors need to add to a negative 8, right? So negative 8. And again, notice, if you will, that there is no number standing here. So that's why it allows us to do what we call this basic factoring of this. All right, let's try this. 2 things that multiply to negative 12, and add to, or say positive 12, add to a negative 8. Here we go. All right, let me think of some different things. I can go 12 and 1, right? They both have to be positive, or they both have to be negative to give me a positive 12. So that's 13. That's no good. How about, let's do the next one, 6 and 2. If I add 6 and 2 together, I get 8. Oh, that's so close. I need a negative 8. So that's no good. How about negative 6 and negative 2? Oh, there we go. Negative 8. All right, we just found our two factors right there. Negative 6 and negative 2, you multiply those together, you get a positive 12. You add them together, you get negative 8. So what do? Remember, start your two parentheses. In the front of each parenthesis, let's split up the variable. It's k and k. So if I multiply those together, I'm going to get k squared. And then take either of the two, negative 6, and the other one goes in the other parenthesis, negative 2. Right? There we go. And then let's just, let me just double distribute this. K squared minus 6k minus 2k plus 12. So k squared minus 8k plus 12. Yep, that looks good. We have an answer, right? So that's what we're going to be doing. So this simple idea of trying to figure out two things that multiply to the last one and add to the middle term. All right, here's this one. My suggestion, pause it, work it out, and then play it. Let's see if we get the same answer. All right, going to try to find two things that multiply to positive 20 and add to a positive 9. All right, so I'm going to try to actually do this without listing out the entire factor tree, just so I can kind of go with this. Positive 20, positive 9. So I'm thinking 20, 20, and 10, and there's 5. How about 5 and 4? Positive 5, positive 4 multiply to positive 20. Positive 5 plus positive 4 equals 9. If I add those together, yes, we got it. Okay, here we go. Let's see, we're going to split our ends up, n and n, and then it's a positive 5 and a positive 4. And we got it. All right, let's try one more for good measure here. See if we can do this one. Go ahead and pause it, try it, and then hit play, and let's see if we get the same answer. Trying for a negative 20, multiply to this last one, and then I need to add to a negative. Oh, wait. There's no number sitting there. Well, guess what? If there's no number, you know what the number actually is? Negative 1, right? Well, that's if there's a variable there, because the way that we say it is negative n, or the other way you can say it is negative 1n, right? So there it is, negative 1, negative 20. All right, let's see if we can find those factors. I'm going to try to do it without writing out all the factors again. Two things that multiply negative 20 and add to negative 1. How about negative 5 and positive 4? Negative 5, positive 4, that's negative 20. Add them together, you get negative 1. Looks like we got ourselves our factors. So split up the ends, n and n, minus 5, positive 4. Go ahead and double distribute to verify. But for now, I think we got it. I think we're going to be golden there. Okay, so that's it. That's the routine I want you to do, right? Over and over and over again. Okay, in class, we'll do some more work, and then we'll have some other examples to do later on.